We're delighted to be in the presence of an international style icon today, Gwen Stefani, an artist who was the singer of No Doubt, sold 17 million albums worldwide, and she now owns her own fashion label and is due to release her debut solo single in 2 weeks' time, and an album following that. Gwen, hello.
You got me so nervous. I'm like, what? And embarrassed, and I'm probably not going to fit through the door on the way out. My head's going to be this big and stuff.
Really pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for seeing us today.
It's my pleasure.
I wanted to just ask you about almost the new you, the solo you in a way, and just ask you where you're at with your mind and your emotions about these forthcoming releases.
Well, first of all, I mean, I'm not calling it a solo record. Like, I'll be the first one to be like, I did my solo record, I'm coming, you know, but this record's sort of less me than, like, anything I've ever done, because it's a big collaboration of working with a bunch of different talented people, you know, and, like, normally I'm, in No Doubt, I mean, that's very purely me. It's like, I do the lyrics, I do the melodies, I do, you know, it's like, it's me. This was me kind of like taking my ego and going, you go over there and shut up, and you're gonna, you know, I've written all these songs in my life, but I don't know how I've ever done it. Like, it's such a mystery to me, songwriting, and so going in with like all these different talented people and seeing how they do it, that was kind of like this kind of little personal challenge that I wanted to take on. And I heard like a Club Nouveau song, and you know, I grew up as like a real hardcore ska girl in high school, like major, like that was what I was into, and the popular music of the time, you know, it wasn't really my thing, but it was the backdrop of my life. And when I would go dancing at Disneyland, because I grew up in Anaheim and that's where I go dancing, you know, I would be dancing to like Club Nouveau, Lisa Cult Jam, and Prince and The Time, and I wanted to make a record that made me feel how those records made me feel, but I wanted to go and work with the people that are in the clubs right now, which is like Dre and Andre 3000 and Pharrell, and just make like a record that felt like that, but was a modern version of it. So that was kind of, it's a side project, you know. It's like I wanted to do a dance record and be in the club before I die. That's it. It's not a solo record. A solo record would be me like sitting at the piano and, you know, doing it all by myself, but this is like a big collaboration. I can't take all the credit for it. I wish I could, but I can't.
You mentioned a list of people there. It's just a fantastic sort of cast list that you managed to get together. Who really was the most interesting of that bunch of people that you mentioned to work with? Who did you bond the most with, I guess?
You know, the one that was the most, I wouldn't say, they were all interesting in their own way, and they were all magical in their own way. The one that was the most surprising to me, and the one that wasn't on my list, was Linda Perry. She's somebody I've known for years, that we were the first two girls signed to Interscope. And, you know, I remember her from the 4 Non Blondes or whatever, you know. I know she's a talented girl, but I didn't know how talented she actually was. And she kind of came up to me at the Grammys and put me in a chokehold and, like, looked at me in the eye. She looked the eye of the tiger, and she's like, we're going to write songs together. And I was like, you know, I was almost like, how am I going to get out of this kind of thing? Because I was looking to write with Prince, you know what I mean? I just didn't think that I would go there and get a dance record, you know, and I went for it, you know, and I went in with her, because I was all about don't say no and be open and take chances, and that was the whole attitude of this whole project. And I was just surprised by how unbelievably talented this woman is, and how she can, like, I never worked with a woman before. She can, like, run the whole board. She has all this equipment, and then her whole sparkly personality and her inspiration. She's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah.